Games new to me. Please like and subscribe.
Hey there YouTube, this is Rob from Games New to Me, and I got something really special for you today. We've got Car Mechanic Simulator 2015, and no, I'm not joking, this is a game you should be playing. I put in the name, Games New to Me. Anyway, if you want to know how your car works, or you don't want to get taken for a ride by your auto mechanic, this is the game you need to play. It's $20 on Steam. It is... We'll just have a look. Let's see, we got 4 cars. I don't know if these are real cars, but it doesn't matter. You basically work on the basics, but you get pretty in-depth and you learn what all the parts are and what they do. You get the phone call, you can take or decline jobs. Now here we gotta change the filter. I take a look. So you zoom in. I'm trying to take off the filter, it's not working. Oh, wait a minute. Why? Because I didn't unclip the clips. Now some people might think this is boring, but you know what? If you need... another customer call. Another clip. And the final clip. And voila, the air filter cover is taken off. And the air filter has been removed because it's got to be replaced. So I've got to do air filter, fuel filter, and oil filter. It's basically a filter job. Which, believe it or not, can be more difficult than it sounds like, and this game actually shows you quite a bit of what's involved. So when your mechanic tells you something, you can actually double check if he did the work, because you know more or less. You're not going to become a mechanic from playing this game, don't get me wrong, but alright, we gotta buy this air filter. That's the right one, I think. Let me make sure what else they have. That's gotta be the one. It's basically running a business or working in a business. We gotta take in more than you spend. Now this is a little bit generous in how much the mechanic spends on parts, but that doesn't matter. We're gonna need a fuel filter, and we're gonna need an oil filter. So let me go check what kind of oil filter, because there's different kinds. Okay, it's the oil filter 14. Okay, good enough. let's go get that oil filter. Let's see how much it costs. Hopefully it's not the most expensive one, because I want to make some money on this job. But honestly, if you have kids, get them to play this game. Get them to learn the basics of how cars work, what makes them go. That's gonna be the blue one. Women, ladies, you should be playing this game. How many times has a mechanic taken advantage of you not knowing anything about your car? I'm not talking about all women. There's lots of women who know tons about cars. I know a few. But to a lot of people, it's a mystery. And take a look. So we're putting the clips back. And there are DLCs for this game. So you can actually get all sorts of cars, not just these particular ones, which are very generic, I would say. They're very good representations of what you'd find in an engine bay, or the engine room, for some of you. But engine compartment has a lot of... and engines have gotten more complicated. So it's actually really, really good to know what you're doing. And I mean, getting alright, it's basically Auto Mechanics 101 at this point. But for 20 bucks, where are you going to take a class where you can actually learn how your car works? What all the parts are, what they do. Okay, so the air filter's done. Now let me see, let me put it up on the lift. Yeah, you get to actually use the lift too, which is kind of fun. And it's a really brilliant puzzle game. If you like puzzle games, definitely recommend this. But like I said, you're not going to become an auto mechanic from watching this or playing this game. However, if you play this game long enough and you actually look up the different parts on Google later on, you'll start to get an understanding of how your engine works, and you might actually be able to fix a lot of stuff yourself. It's not that hard. You might scrape your knuckles. You don't get that in the game. There's also... Alright, let's take the oil filter out. Put the new one in. Brand new one, there it goes. Okay, so we got the air filter and oil filter done. Now the fuel filter. I'm not sure where the the fuel filter is on this particular car. I probably need to lower the... take it off the lift. Okay, there's the fuel tank. And so you get sort of a clear image of where everything is basically located in a car. That's where the fuel tank is, for example. Fuel filter. Oh, no, I didn't need to take off the... I didn't need to take off the exhaust. I was focused on talking and not focused on doing what I'm supposed to do. Let me see if I can see it from under here. So I can do it without taking the car off the lift, but I'm probably gonna have to take it down, which is fine. And notice when you mouse over the different parts, it actually shows you what does what. Oh, wait, no, I'm not trying to exit the game. I'm trying to exit. Oh, okay, I am exited from the screen. Okay, so I'm still getting used to the mechanics in the game. No pun intended. Alright, so let's look under the hood. Battery. Okay. Get the analytical view. or disassembly mode view as they call it. And in real life, different cars are going to have fuel filters in different places. So even if you're a mechanic, you're not necessarily going to know right away where the fuel filter is. I was never a mechanic per se, certified or anything like that, but I have worked on more cars. I've swapped out engines. I mean, you name it, I've probably done it. The only thing I haven't done is automatic transmissions, and that was the fuel filter. And now we put the new one in. And this job is finished. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Oh, sorry, I was taking a sip of something. What does this car need? Belt tensioner, timing belt, water pump. Okay. So basically you're gonna see more or less what this is all about. I'm actually gonna do this over here on the floor because I don't need to put the car up on the lift. Those are your spark plugs right there in them. But that's the belt tensioner. And as you've probably seen on your own car, your car has rubber belts that turn things like the water pump. And in order for those belts to actually keep traction, there's such a thing as a belt tensioner, which is basically an adjustable arm with a pulley on it that presses down on the belt to, as the name implies, put tension on it. And that's the serpentine belt that's been taken off. Let's take a look. That's the water pump. Take the screws out. Take the water pump out. And I have to buy parts. Take out the main sprocket or the main drive wheel, which is attached to the crank of your engine on the inside. And now take out these 4 bolts and we'll have access to the timing belt. Now it's not like that on all cars. Some cars, the serpentine belt is actually the timing belt. This one it's not. Okay, so I gotta do water pump. Okay, check. Trying to see if I have any parts that are in good enough condition to use. Alright, let's go to the computer and buy the parts that we're gonna need. Timing belt. $120. These things ain't getting any cheaper, Bobby. Sorry, that was a terrible King of the Hill. Terrible King of the Hill impression. Hank Hill. Terrible impression. Get the tensioner. I don't do impressions. I'm not good at them.
Unless you want me to do Batman for you. I'm not the hero this car deserves. I'm the hero this car needs.
Alright, let's get the... What else do I need? I start doing voices and stuff and I kind of forget where I was. That's the... water pump. Okay, and that's all the parts we need. And basically, it's a great puzzle game in that it's memory skills, it's doing things one way and then having to do them in reverse. Like when you take something apart and then you have to put it back together again. And in that sense, working on a car is sort of a puzzle of sorts. But seriously, this is a great game to get acquainted with what's on an engine, how things are generally fixed. It's not going to be identical on every car. I'm not saying that. It's also a lot of fun. I spent probably 3 hours playing this when I should have been trying to sleep. Okay. Oh, belt tensioner. That's what I need to do. Wait a second. Let me put the belt on. And look at it from all sides. And okay, that's the cover. I'm a little bit tired, so alright, let's put the belt back on. Put the tensioner back on. Put the new one on. Put the belt back on. And this job is also done. I'm gonna have to be ending this video here soon, but I really appreciate you watching. Please consider getting this game. I'm not getting paid to advertise it, but I think everybody would benefit from playing it. Please like and subscribe. And please also share, if you wouldn't mind. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And if you have any comments or questions or anything, feel free to post them in the comments section. And I'll be sure to answer them. But seriously, you're not gonna get a better experience for 20 bucks than playing this game on Steam. If you've never worked on an engine and are even remotely curious or just wanna have some idea or basic knowledge of what your mechanic is planning on doing to your car when it's making that noise, this is it. So anyway, thanks for watching, take care, please like and subscribe.